Soil is a collection of natural bodies developed in the unconsolidated minerals and organic material on the immediate surface of the earth that serves as a natural medium for the growth of the land plants. Soil has various properties due to the effects of climate and living matter acting upon parent material as conditioned by topography over a period of time. Soil is formed from weathering of rocks and minerals. Soil formation is a slow process. Formation of 1 inch, that is 2.5 centimeter soil, needs 800 to 1000 years. Soil formation comprises of two different processes. First, the changes from a consolidated mass, that is rock not capable of growing plants, to the development of an unconsolidated, that is loose layer of material than that can support plants if climate is suitable and the water is available. This is weathering of rocks and minerals, which provides basic materials, that is parent materials for soil formation. Second, the changes occurring within the loose material as time passes. This later process is also called soil development. Actually, the change from a solid mass to loose soil material and other changes within the soil profile occur simultaneously. Soil formation is used to mean both production of unconsolidated material by weathering processes and soil profile development, which are the changes involved in development of horizons. For better understanding of the topic on soil formation, it has been studied under 3 chapters, namely factors of soil formation, types of soil forming processes and soil forming processes. According to Dokuchev, soil is the result of combined activity and reciprocal influence of parent material, plant and animal organisms, climate, time or change of land and topography. According to Jenny, soil property is determined by the relative influence of these factors. The factors of soil formation are categorized into 3 groups: active factors, that is climate, living organisms or biota; passive factors, parent material, relief or topography; natural factors, time or age of land. The details of factors influencing soil formation are furnished here under. Climate. Climate is an increasingly dominant active factor in soil formation, mainly because of the effect of precipitation and temperature. Some direct effects of climate on soil formation include the following: a shallow accumulation or retention of lime, that is carbonates, in areas having low rainfall occurs because calcium bicarbonates, that is from dissolving carbon dioxide, minerals and lime, are not leached if sufficient water is not present. Such soils are usually alkaline. Acidic soils form in humid areas due to intense weathering and leaching out of basic cations, that is calcium, sodium, magnesium and potassium. Erosion of soils on sloping lands constantly removes developing soil layers. Weathering, leaching and erosion are more intense and of longer duration in warm and humid regions. Moisture is important in soil formation. A soil is said to be developed when it has detectable layers, that is horizons, such as accumulated clays, organic colloids, carbonates or soluble salts that have been moved downward by water. The extent of colloid movement and the depth of deposition are determined partly by the amount and pattern of precipitation, which produce the leaching action. Climate also influences soil formation indirectly through its action on vegetation. Semi-arid climate encourages only scattered shrubs and grasses. Arid climate provides enough moisture for sparse, short grasses or shrubs, which may not be dense enough to protect the soil against wind and water erosion. Many arid soils exhibit only slight organic matter accumulation and small amounts of profile development. Living organisms are biota. The activity of living plants and animals and the decomposition of their organic waste and residues, that is the living environment, the biota, have marked influence on soil development. Differences in soils that have resulted primarily from differences in vegetation or especially in the transition where trees and grass meet. Some soils beneath humid forest vegetation may develop many horizons or leached, that is washed, elevated in the surface layers and have slowly decomposing organic matter layers on the surface. In contrast, some grassland soils near the transition zone of forest are rich in well decomposed organic matter, frequently to depth of 30 centimeter or more into the mineral soil. Microorganisms help soil development by slowly decomposing organic matter and forming weak acid that dissolve minerals faster than pure water. Parent material. Parent material is the unconsolidated mass from which soil is formed. They differ as widely as the rocks of the earth crust. The various parent materials transported and deposited by various agencies have been discussed below. The role of parent material in soil formation is passive. Soils formed are weakly correlated with their parent materials. Different kinds of parent materials may give rise more or less identical soil when the climate and vegetation of an area remain, as the same kind of rocks can give different soils depending upon the other factors, especially climate. For instance, basalt, an igneous rock, may result in highly weathered red soils, that is altisols, in the humid tropics, or black cotton soils, that is vertisols, in the semi-arid or subhumid tropics. The soil properties are mainly determined by the kind of parent material at the initial stages of soil formation. But with the advanced development, the influence of parent material on soil properties gradually diminishes. Soils which form under the influence of parent material are called as endodynamorphic soils. During the formation of these soils, parent material overcome the effects of climate and vegetation. However, endodynamorphic soils are temporary and persist until the chemical decomposition become active under the influence of climate and vegetation. They differ from endodynamorphic soils which develop a normal profile and the influence of climate and vegetation. Relief or topography. The relief or topography denote the configuration of the land surface and sometimes are used as synonymous terms. The relief units are geomorphologically distinct areas such as an undulating plain, an escarpment or an alluvial plain. The topography refers to the differences in elevation, slope and so on of the land surface. In the high relief position for hills and mountains, much of water is lost as surface runoff and very little of it takes part in soil formation. The transported parent material accumulates at the base of the high slope where other factors of soil formation act on it. When the slope is relatively small, internal drainage is more and water acts in shaping the soil profile development. The depth of soil solum is influenced by the degree of slope. Considering single slope, as the gradient decreases, the depth of solum increases. The soils on the upper slope are less clayey, lower in pH, soluble salts and organic matter contents, lighter in color and well drained, whereas those at the lower slope are more clayey, higher in pH, calcium carbonate and soluble salts content, darker in color and have impeded drainage. Time or age of land. The length of time required for a soil to develop the distinct layers called genetic horizons depends upon many interrelated factors of climate, nature of the parent material, the organisms and topography. Horizons tend to develop most rapidly under warm, humid, forested conditions where there is adequate water to move colloids, that is subvisible sized clays, humus and other materials. Acid sandy loams lying on gently sloping topography appear to be the soils most conducive to rapid soil profile development. Under ideal conditions, a recognizable soil profile may develop within 200 years. Under less favored circumstances, the time may be extended to several thousand years. Soil development proceeds as a rate that is a combination of the effect of time, intensities of climate and biota, that is organisms, further modified by the effect of land relief, that is topography, on which the soil is situated and the kind of parent material from which it is developing. The formation of soil is a diverse and complex process, and effects from the 5 major factors work in combination. For instance, soil with good drainage, that is topography or parent material, and mild temperature and high rainfall, that is climate, will probably support ample plant life, that is biota, because favorable drainage provides an aerated material in which plant roots can grow. The plants in turn decompose, producing carbon dioxide, which combines with water from rainfall to form carbonic acid. Acidity increases the solubility of parent minerals. Sodium, potassium, calcium and magnesium are dissolved. Some of them leach away in the draining soil water. The soil becomes more acidic. High rainfall also moves some clays and organic matter particles deeper into the lower layers of soil where they accumulate. Areas of high rainfall and good drainage typically develop acid soils. Horizons of organic matter accumulation in the upper layers, that is A, and movement of colloids out of upper horizons and accumulation in the deeper horizons, that is B. Soluble materials are moved deeper or completely below the rooting depth. If the soils have been developing a long time, they tend to have high clay content, horizon differentiation, acidity in wet climates and salt accumulation in some soils of arid regions. Wet, cool forests can become strongly acidic, accumulate slowly decomposing organic matter on top of the soil and have extensive colloid translocation. Wet, warm forests have faster organic matter decomposition because of warmer temperatures and are extensively weathered and acidic. In drier climates, grasslands have thicker layers of dark organic matter accumulation from grass roots and decomposed tops. In semi-arid areas, vegetation is sparse and carbonates often precipitate to form whitish carbonate zones called lime zones. Accumulated soluble salts are common in the arid region soils. Further, land body may not be greatly altered during its exposure to the factors of soil formation because of many other conditions that retard soil profile development, and they are: low rainfall results in slow weathering and a little amount of soluble material is moved within the soil. Low relative humidity reduces growth of microorganisms such as algae, fungi and lichens. High lime or sodium carbonate content of parent material keeps soil materials less mobile. Parent materials that are mostly quad sands and have few easily weathered minerals and little clay, resulting in slow weathering leading to movement of few colloids. High percentage of clay results in poor aeration and slow water movement. Resistant parent rock materials such as quartzite responsible for slow weathering. Very steep slopes favor soil erosion as fast as the A horizon develops, and low water intake lessens leaching. High water tables favors slight leaching and low rate of weathering. Cold temperatures slow down all chemical processes and microbial activity. Constant accumulation of soil material by deposition. Severe wind or water erosion of soil material express new material to begin afresh to develop a profile. Mixing by burrowing animals and tillage and digging by humans minimizes downward colloid movement. Presence of substances toxic to plants such as excess salts, heavy metals or excess herbicides. The opposite conditions favor more rapid rates of soil development. For example, material with nearly level topography not eroding in an area of rainfall and in an area of high rainfall and developing from easily weathered parent materials in warm climates where plants are growing would develop a differentiated soil profile rapidly. Soil formation is the process of weathering and of change within a soil mass caused by many factors. The processes involved in soil formation include additions, losses, transformations and translocations occur constantly. Additions. These are made by water, that is rainfall, irrigation, nitrogen from bacterial fixation, energy as sunlight, sediment from wind and water, salts, organic residues, fertilizers and in other ways. Losses. Losses result from chemicals soluble in soil water, eroded small sized fractions, nutrients in grazed and harvested plants, water losses, carbon losses as carbon dioxide and denitrification loss of nitrogen. Transformations. These happen because of the many chemical and biological reactions that decompose organic matter from insoluble materials from soluble substances and alter or dissolve some minerals. Translocations. These are the movement of soil material within the soil. As water and organisms move within the soil, many substances are translocated to different depths. This may be in the form of suspension or solution. For example, clays to deeper layers and soluble salts into the groundwater or to the soil surface as water evaporates. Even localized sorting is active, such as forming deposits of carbonates or iron oxides in portions of the soil profile. The above changes bring out by various geochemical cyclic soil forming processes, which are also known as pedogenic process. The soil forming processes are complex and dynamic, involving various chemical and biological reactions and usually operate simultaneously in a given area. One process may counteract another, or two different processes may work simultaneously to achieve the same result. Fundamental soil forming processes. Humification, that is organic changes. Humification is the process of transformation of raw organic matter into humus. These changes occur mainly on the surface and follow a specific sequence. Degrading and breakdown of the organic material by algae, fungi, insects and worms causes humification, which leaves behind a dark amorphous humus. The organic changes thus refer to the accumulated effect produced by these processes. Degrading results in humification, humification results in mineralization. Elevation. Elevation means washing out. It is the process of removal of constituents in suspension or solution by the percolating water from the upper to lower layers. In other words, it refers to the downwash of clay and other soluble material leaving behind a deprived or alluvial horizon. Elevation. Elevation means washing in. It is said to have occurred when accumulation or deposition of material from the upper layers leaves behind an enriched horizons. In other words, the process of deposition of soil material in the lower layer is known as elevation. Leaching. It is the downward movement of material, that is clay, bases or organic stuff in solution or colloidal form. Leaching is more pronounced in humid areas than in dry areas. Specific soil forming processes. Podzolization or chaluviation. It is a process of elevation of oxides of iron, aluminum and humus under acid condition. Removal of carbonates by organic acids produced during organic matter decomposition and elevation of the sesquioxides and humus in subsurface horizons. This occurs in cool and humid climates, where the bacterial activity is low. During pargellization or cheluvation, because of differential solubility of material, the upper horizons become rich in silica, that is tending to pure quartz, and the lower horizons rich in sesquioxides, mainly of iron. At times, even an iron pan is formed. Horizon A, just below the humus rich upper layer, has an ash gray appearance. Glaying. The process of glaying takes place under waterlogged and anaerobic conditions. Under such conditions, some specialized bacteria flourish which use up the organic matter. Reduction of iron compounds leaves behind a thick bluish gray horizon. Sometimes intermittent oxidation of iron compounds gives red spots and the surface gets a characteristic blotched look. Leaching is absent due to groundwater saturation. Desilication or laterization. Such processes are common in hot, wet tropical and equatorial climates. High temperature leaves little or no humus on the surface. Desilication or laterization contrasts with pargellization, where iron and aluminum compounds are more mobile. Calcification. It occurs when the evaporation exceeds precipitation. Under such conditions, the material has an upward movement within the profile due to capillary action. This brings the calcium compounds to the upper layers. In grasslands, there is an enhanced calcification as grasses use a lot of calcium, leaving a dark organic upper surface. Salinization or alkalization. This happens when a temporary excess of water and extreme evaporation bring underground salts to the surface and a whitish fluorescent crust is left behind. This is common phenomenon in areas with canal irrigation facilities, but poor drainage. Further, number of other processes also operates in the course of soil formation. Based on the information furnished on the topic entitled soil formation, it can be inferred that soil formation is governed by variety of factors and various processes. Thus, the type of soil, composition and duration for soil formation depends on these factors and processes.